RedNationBlogga back with another video, y'all. The Rockets win. They defeat the New York Knicks 109-97. It's the second game of the three-game homestand. They protect home court. They should be 2-0 on this homestand, in all honesty, but they're 1-1. It is what it is. They improved to 4-3 on the season, and ALPEREN Sengun is back. 25 points, 14 rebounds, 5 assists, 11 of 15 from the field. He was really good tonight. Ime Udoka had made some comments. He said that when his touch comes back and when he starts knocking down the shots that he normally makes in a restricted area, everything will be back to normal. Earlier this season, with the first 6 games of the season, I believe in a restricted area on 7 attempts a game, ALPEREN Sengun was at like 41% from the restricted area, which is god-awful for a center that largely operates in a restricted area. That's terrible. That's terrible. But he was back tonight, 33 minutes of play. He was very, very efficient. He ate Karl-Anthony Towns' lunch. He ate OG Anunoby's lunch. Anybody that they put on him, he scored at ease. That's what you love to see from a guy like that. You love to see him bounce back. And you love to see him fight through the struggles, fight through the woes, and just get better. Everybody has kind of been down on Sengun, and a lot of people have been speculating, well, is he dealing with something? Is it the back injury? Ime had kind of hinted that he may have been like out of shape to start the season after saying in the preseason that this is the best shape he's been in for the entirety of his career. So, you really don't really know what to make of these. I don't know. You don't really know what to make of these early season games and these early season performances. A guy could be shooting 70% from 3 in the first 6 games. You like, I know that's not sustainable. A guy could be shooting 5% from 3 for his first 7 games. That's a good 3-point shooter. And you're going to say, I know that that's not sustainable. So ALPEREN Sengun returned back to form. Really good game from him. I'm really proud of bro. Fred VanVleet started us off good, man. After getting his back kicked in by this fan base, by people saying, they don't know if they want to give him the extension and his minutes need to be scaled down a lot. He came out in the first quarter. He was 6 of 8 from the field. He finished 8 of 13. He had 19 points, 5 assists. Once again, only 1 turnover. He was solid. He was really solid. I really don't have a lot to say about him. I'm seeing a lot of things on social media. A lot of people are saying like, well, Fred VanVleet has the ball too much. Jalen needs to get the ball. But Jalen, man, I'm not going to lie. Ime Udoka he gave Jalen a lot of opportunities tonight. Like it was times he benched him. He sat him down when Jalen was doing nothing, but he quickly brought him back in. 3-4 minutes go by. He brings Jalen right back into the game. He brings him right back into the game and he gives him the ball. And Jalen he didn't produce like he normally does, like he normally should produce until really the fourth quarter of this game. Really 2 big threes, to be honest with you. One was over 2 guys. Then he had a garbage time dunk when the game was out of the balance. But I don't know I can't call it. I don't know why this team is struggling. I don't know why this team is struggling the way that they're struggling. I don't know. Like, I can't put my finger on it. And at first we was like, okay, well, Jalen's playing at this elite level. ALPEREN Sengun is struggling. When Sengun wakes up and Jalen's playing how he's playing, the offense is going to get rolling. But now Sengun has a good game, and Jalen looks like how Sengun looked to start the season. Can these guys ever get on the same page for a season? I don't want a week. I don't want 2 weeks. I'm greedy. Can these guys get on the same page for a season and complement each other's game? Is that possible? We have the number 3 overall pick, and Sengun was the 16th overall pick, I believe. If I'm wrong, fact check me on that. But like, can these guys get on the same page, please? Please. Because it's exhausting, man. It's really exhausting. Dillon Brooks, really good defense on Karl-Anthony Towns. 4 of 9 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3, 0 turnovers. He was a +9. He was really good on Karl-Anthony Towns. He frustrated the hell out of Karl-Anthony Towns. Of course, Karl-Anthony Towns is a talented player. It was some plays where he got the best of them, and it looked that way. It looked like he got the best of them, but for the most part, Dillon Brooks really held his own. He was solid. He didn't really take crazy shots. I think he took 1 mid-range jumper, which I really don't mind him taking mid-range jumpers. He's not the worst shooter in the world. I don't know where this narrative came from where he's just like this erratic guy. Like, maybe it was something that was just in Memphis, but in Houston, he's been fairly under control, especially with his shot selection. He hasn't really gone off kilter, really. You know what I mean? Like, he's really just been even kill. He's been a steady force for the vets. And, you know, I have no complaints about Dylan Brooks. He's played very well. Now let's get into it. Jabari Smith Jr., 22 minutes tonight, 7.6 rebounds, 3 of 8 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3. He was a -1. He was the only starter that was a minus, a negative in the rotation in the starting lineup. Guys, I've been saying it for a long time. I sound like a broken record. I know I sound like a broken record. Like, I know I do. If Jabari Smith isn't making his threes at an elite clip, it's not going to work out here. It's not going to work out. Amen Thompson and Tari Eason, who both take turns playing in that Jabari role, both played more minutes than him. Tari Eason is like on a minutes restriction, and he played more minutes than Jabari Smith did tonight. Jabari is not listen, in year 3, we thought Jalen would make some type of jump. He didn't. He got benched probably 20 plus games last year. Maybe it's Jabari's turn. Maybe they're breaking Jabari down brick by brick to build him back up and have an exceptional year 4. Jabari has not looked like a number 3 overall pick but 2 games of his career. And you know what's sad about those 2 games of his career? They were in the summer league. Going into his second season in the summer league, they played Detroit Pistons and they played another team. I can't remember who it is. It's completely irrelevant. Jabari Smith looked like he was about to tear the league on fire. He was pulling up from 3, making shots with ease. He was even showing handling ability. He hit a clutch 3 with like 0.8, 0.9 seconds or something like that off of a full court lob throw from Tari Eason. He was looking like he was ready to turn a corner, and the dude has not been the same. And I don't see it with bro. I don't see it with him. I don't think the 3-point shooting will ever translate. We were sold on Jabari Smith. What I heard from people in the Rockets fan base that follow college basketball, that are knowledgeable about college basketball, he was a 6'10" Klay Thompson. In my opinion, Klay Thompson is the second greatest 3-point shooter of all time. So if you calling somebody a 6'10" Klay Thompson, my expectations of their shooting acumen is through the roof. Jabari has not met that, except for those 2 summer league games. He has not met that standard. I'm not happy to get on here and say this. I'm not happy about it. The Rockets won tonight. They pretty much controlled the game from wire to wire. And I'm just disgusted with Jabari Smith's play. I'm so disgusted with Jabari Smith's play, I can't even really focus on Jalen Green's play. Jalen Green wasn't on shit tonight until the 4th quarter. And Jalen Green played well in the 4th quarter. So, like, it's like you win, you just want to focus on the positive, man. But Jabari Smith, bro, he's not good. Tari and Amen Thompson are becoming the closers of this team. I think this team needs a lineup change. I see a tweet from Jackson Gatlin. Shout out to you, brother. The Rockets lineup of Reed Shepherd, Jalen Green, Amen Thompson, Tari Eason, and ALPEREN Sengun was a +9 in just over 3 minutes of run in the first half. They ballooned the lead, I believe, to 14 or 15 points or something like that. Really easy. They were getting out. They was playing defense. There was a lot of cutting. There was a lot of movement. And again, Jalen wasn't really shooting the ball well at all in the first half. No, he was not shooting the ball well, nor was he playing well at all in the first half. And yet, that lineup was a +9. That lineup ballooned the lead when Jabari Smith is on the bench. I think it's time for a lineup change. I think that Jabari Smith needs to go to the bench, and I think that Tari Eason needs to start. And I think that it's time. I think that it's time because Jabari isn't providing you with anything. He really, in my opinion, he really isn't. And I know it's tough to say that after the Golden State game and to see his value, but the Rockets are not going to play that brand of basketball for 48 minutes. You have to be effective in the role that you play, and he's not effective in it. he's not effective in it, and it really sucks. Um, on the flip side, on a more positive note, Amen Thompson, 12 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 5 of 8 from the field, 0 turnovers. Tari Eason, 7 points, 5 rebounds, 3 of 7 from the field, 0 turnovers. Amen Thompson was a plus 11. Tari Eason was a plus 9. These guys get it, man. They play. You don't got to run shit for them. They get in there. They just hoopers, bro. They get it out the mud. They get it out the mud. And there's rumors right now of a Giannis trade, and the Rockets are like third or fourth in the odds of getting him. If it costs one of those guys, man, it's going to sicken me. I want to get rid of anybody else almost outside of Sengun, Jalen, Amen, and Reed. I'm willing to give up anybody but those 4 guys. Seriously, for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Amen Thompson is a special player. He's a really, really special player. Tari Eason is a dog. He plays hard. Those guys are really good, man. I went over my minutes threshold. We had 12 minutes closing in on 13, man. But listen, man, the Rockets win, but it was an ugly win. It was a really ugly win. They should have won way more convincing than this. But I'm getting to this point where I'm like, it's the NBA. There's going to be tough games. These teams are not going to just lie down and say, hey, man, you made a run. We cooked. And you know how I know that? Because the Rockets was down 31 and they came back to almost win that game. And they didn't just bend over and just take it. So if the Rockets can come back from down 31, then coming back from 14 isn't that big of a deal. As always, guys, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. RedNationBlogga out.